In this video, I'm going to take you through a process that is extremely streamlined, but will take your marketing agency to the next level. So whether you are an existing agency owner that wants to take their business and scale it rapidly with a proven system, or maybe you're looking to make some money online, you're looking to get into a proven business model, a structure that you can get behind, that you can have confidence in, or maybe you've been looking at social media marketing agencies, like different types of agencies, SaaS marketing agencies, and you're still looking for that process that you can really stand behind and get behind, something that can really deliver the results for your clients. I'm going to take you behind the scenes on a process that we use ourselves to really take our business to the next level. So this is called the Certified Acquisition Expert System. It's a complete system, and in this video and over the course of the next few videos that I'm going to drop on my channel, I'm going to take you behind the scenes. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Niall. I'm the director over at Scale Certified, and we have about 250 agency owners within our agency lab portal. These agency owners are working to implement a system just like this one and really drive their business forwards. So if you're looking to make money online, if you're looking to take your business to that next level, this market is absolutely booming right now. It's a very specific process that we use and that you can learn and master. And it's a robust business model that doesn't require the huge upfront investment. The reason behind this is because it is skill-based, right? We're teaching a skill set. We're not going into sort of selecting a market and then trying to develop a service for that market. We're taking the system and going into markets where this particular system works because it removes the variables for us. It means we can just rinse and repeat this process. We know the benchmarks, we know the numbers, we know what to expect, and we take our system and go into those markets instead of what is normally the opposite that most people tend to do. So this is an incredible, robust business model that you can implement and really use it to leverage your agency and take it to that next level. So first of all, what was my journey to the first 10K per month and also the 30K per month mark? Well, I worked in finance previously and I had no background at all in marketing. I was really stressed out. I was working 6 a.m. till 7 p.m. I remember walking to work in the dark in the morning. I remember walking home in the dark. I remember getting underpaid for what I was doing. I was getting texts at 11 p.m. On a Friday night looking for me to log on to platforms and update something. It was a nightmare. I hated it. I was working weekends and I dreamt of more. I dreamt of more freedom and more money like everybody else, right? That's what I always dreamt of. And I always felt like I wanted more. Now, I was tired of working such long hours and I did lose my job because I was given an ultimatum. See, I was in an analyst position. I was in the more technical side, but I wanted to go where the money was. I wanted to go on the sales side of things in the consultant roles. And I was basically told they don't think I've got the sales abilities for the sales roles. And I was either to stay in my current position or I leave. So I decided to leave. I decided to take the aggressive approach and leave. And that's exactly what I did. Now, ironically, standing here today, I've closed over 7 figures, well over 7 figures directly myself, not through teams, but myself on sales calls for my own business. And that's the irony behind it. It's funny how things work out that way, where sales was the biggest strong suit. And that's what really changed the direction of my life, I suppose. So I took the leap. And first of all, I tried drop shipping, all the usual stuff. Right? I didn't have the money to invest in drop shipping. I did run paid ads. I did have success with it. I was making a bit of money. Obviously, the margins in drop shipping are slim, but I was making money, but I didn't have the capital to actually invest in paid ads myself. So what I did was I took the skill that I had, which was running paid ads and doing it profitably for e-commerce companies. And I partnered with them on a commission basis where I would actually run the campaigns for them and run their sales. And that's what I did. And we made money doing that as well. And then we flipped to the retainer model. And that's how we hit the 30K mark pretty quickly. But I had a couple of problems because I was doing really well. I had a really good process in place as well for certain markets. But a lot of other clients came my way. And I ended up working in different markets, lots of different markets, basically taking on any client that I could with different solutions and different problems. I didn't have a structured process and I was reinventing the wheel every single time with each and every client. So whenever they would come in, I would say, yeah, you sure we can run paid ads for you? Because we definitely could. But it was always about finding the right dynamic for that particular client, how they run their sales. So I was always really stressed out. I didn't know necessarily the process I would implement, and I would always have to figure it out instead of saying, look, I've got a process and we just rinse and repeat a scalable model per se. So I had no clear plan of action, which felt quite unstable. Now, what I'm going to introduce to you here is the most in-demand model in 2023, and it allows us to flow with the river, flow with the current. We work in booming markets that have momentum. We follow a very specific process over and over again. It's rinse and repeat. We take the variables out of play. Now, you can use this process to launch a business that you're actually proud of, and it can pass what we call the family test, which is when you're working and you have your business, you're no doubt going to have family come to you and say, well, can you help me with this? Can you help me with lead generation? And the reality is, even if you say, sure, I'll do it for free, a lot of the times people want to pay you for it anyway. They say, no, don't. I want to pay you for this. Now, the family test is, would you be comfortable taking money from a family member and implementing your services, knowing they're going to get results, or would you be worried about it? Would it pass the family test or would it not pass the family test? This process is something we developed that we would confidently do so. And this takes us into the high ticket market of $7,500 fees to implement this process. So there's high fees at stake here, and we would be comfortable, and it passes the family test because of how robust this process is. Most marketing agencies wouldn't be able to do that because they're sort of throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks, right? That's how they operate. This is a little bit different. This is a business that you can stand behind. This is a business that you can really be proud of, and it's a process, a roadmap that you can follow. It's called the Certified Acquisition Expert. Now, it's an in-demand solution to the problems in a market. We're not just offering a nice service, we're actually offering an in-demand solution that solves the particular problems of that market. Now, the market is booming and it's rapidly growing as well. It's a robust process that gives you clarity, and it solves a problem with your business, meaning you're in high demand as well. So we're not just offering a service or a tool or whatever. We're finding the problem that causes a lot of pain, and we're building a solution for that particular problem. And we're going to different markets that have that specific problem. And that is our entire business model. We don't need lots and lots of hundreds of clients. We need a few clients that work really well because our fees grow and grow and grow. Now, before 2023, before this process, digital marketing looked a little bit differently. Most of the time, people worked with general clients, anybody and everybody, and they'd sell a service or a variety of services. It didn't feel great, and a lot of people don't have confidence in their own process. They're not too sure if they can get results. There's also strong competition in the markets, which makes it even more challenging, and it doesn't feel robust. There's missing pieces of the puzzle, and no one can ever quite figure it out. Well, this is the answer to this problem. This is a business that you can be proud of. And by following this process, you can build a business that delivers incredible results for your clients because you're taking the variables out of play. You're just implementing a process. You can move yourself into high demand as well. Rather than blending in with everybody else, you're actually going into a high demand environment. Now, to find out if this model is the right fit for you, we actually look at 3 North Stars. Number 1, motivated and driven to rapidly grow a business. So this isn't for the person that is looking to move slow and just pay the bills. This is for the person that really, really wants to nail this, that really wants that business they can be proud of and wants to get to that 20, 30, 40,000 a month mark. That's where this vehicle can actually take you. Now, you also have to want a solid process to deliver results. You can't just be about trying to find your next client, right? And taking a fee, then 3 months churn, and then moving on to the next client. If that's what you like to focus on, this is probably not for you because we really focus down on each client. So you have to want a solid process, and client results have to be important to you. And finally, the final North Star, building a business you're proud of is very important to you. So again, it's not just about your revenue, it's about the results you deliver, it's about the problems you solve, and it's about how you actually help people. Now, here's the problem in the market with this strange looking koala, and you'll see why it's a strange looking koala because I've got the cool looking koala on the next slide coming. So online businesses are booming right now, right? Online education space, it is booming. It's a fast growing market, and as a certified acquisition expert, we help online business owners make more money. That's the reality. I'm not getting into stagnant markets. I'm really going into markets that are booming and focusing our services on these markets. Standard marketing doesn't really solve that problem because it requires a very specific process to implement to actually have success in these markets. Google ads don't work quite as well. It's not the same as like click to call ads. doesn't really work the same. This requires a very particular process. The process we implement directly solves that particular problem. If you can implement that process, you can answer this demand. So they're all asking for it. They really want this process. What I'm teaching you here and in the coming videos is how to actually deliver that process. And this is a huge opportunity in 2023. The Certified Acquisition Expert, the CAE, we follow a very, very particular process to provide a solution to this problem. You don't need experience. You have a clear process to follow. It's a roadmap. With this process, you have an extremely clear roadmap, a blueprint to help these business owners and actually deliver results. You can build a business that is in high demand and create a business that you can be proud of. Now, here is the process. So we work with online business owners primarily due to the demand in the market. I'm not saying this doesn't work for other types of business owners. This is just my preference because I don't want to be battling with things. I don't want to be battling with markets that are stagnating. I want to move in a fast flowing market where there's a lot of money to be made. So I'm going to choose a market where this process works, but there's also momentum. So first of all, we create a very specific sales funnel for the business, sticking closely to the proven structure. We don't want variables. I want to use the exact templates that we have, the structures that we have. They're called the ladder funnels. We've also got called booking funnels. It depends on the type of business and depends on their mindset, their investment mindset as well, which we'll come on to. But I'm implementing a very specific funnel. It follows the same thing every single time because I know that it works. I know the benchmarks. I know the numbers to expect, and I know what to do when something is not working, right? If I'm implementing a new funnel every single time or a new sales process, I'm not going to know the numbers. I'm not going to know what works and what doesn't work or what to do to fix it. So it always remains the same. Now, this funnel allows us to run paid advertising at an immediate break even. So every single day, if we spend $100 on ad campaigns, we make that business $100 back. Plus we have 10 leads, let's say, in the pipeline for the high ticket product in the back end. So we bring in hot buyer leads without the cost. So there's no real risk for the business owner. The process, the ladder funnel, it works like an ascension model. There's tiers to it. The ladder funnel that we use actually breaks even. And it means we gather leads here without the investment. We can spend $100 today, $100 will come back today in transactions, plus 10 leads that we can then nurture and work into the high ticket products. Then we build evergreen lead nurturing using software and emails to convert the warm leads into the higher ticket sales calls. So we're taking the leads from cold through paid advertising into lower ticket products. We're ascending them up. We're using evergreen sequences to nurture that lead, to educate that lead and build their confidence. And then we're booking them in for sales calls, which makes the close a lot easier on the back end. Now, why is this process so powerful? Well, number one, there's no fear of advertising because it breaks even every day to generate leads. So we can spend as much as we want because it just it recycles itself every day. It returns every single day. So there's no limit. It qualifies leads because they must purchase a product before they can even become a lead. They're not just signing up for something, they're buying something. So it builds a lot more trust, right? It's a better quality customer. And we're building an email list basically for free because the funnel returns the revenue. And then the high ticket sales on the back end are pure profit because the intro products generate revenue. So if we're breaking even on the front end to bring the leads in, there's no cost for the lead. The high ticket sales on the back end are pure profit, and it's a beautiful scenario. Now, here's a bit of a visual of this process. So we can use any traffic source on the left over here. So Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, whatever it may be. It doesn't really matter. It's just a traffic source. We run simple ad campaigns, very, very simple forward to drive potential buyers into the very specific sales funnel. They're all pushed into the intro product sales funnel. This funnel has intro products, so like a $7 product, let's say. They've got order bumps at $27, and they've got a $97 or so upsell to generate revenue and counter the ad spend. We're basically generating leads for no cost. Now, these products, where they're basically like upsells, they have benchmark conversion rates that we operate with that actually, honestly, they usually turn a profit, and quite a good profit, 2 or 3 times. But I don't really care. As long as I break even at net zero, I do not care. I can spend as much as I want, generate as many leads as I want, and it's a beautiful scenario. These leads are then pushed into an evergreen email sequence. And this email sequence is built once. So we put the effort in to build it on the front end, and it runs on autopilot to book sales calls for the high ticket offer day in, day out for months on end. This can go as long as you want. You're just nurturing. Remember the golden rule, the power is in the email list. So we build the email list. The beautiful thing is we can do so without actually having to invest up front, because our ladder funnel means it breaks even, if not profits. And then we send them all through the sequences. Then finally, we book them in for a sales call to close. So the client takes the sales call to close. Any sales on this side are pure profit because the lead cost was covered in step 2. And that's it. So why is this in such high demand? Well, I'm going to give you some numbers here. These are the benchmarks that we're looking for, and they've been proven with hundreds of thousands of dollars spent in advertising. So we're looking at the conversion rates, and they've all been proven over time. So for example, the intro offer, let's say it was $7. I know that from cold traffic, this is normally going to convert at about 15%. My order bump, so you might have seen these before on an order page, a little square that says, do you want to upgrade and add on this extra product for $27? I've actually experienced about 50% conversion rate, if not higher, sometimes 80% on the order bumps, which is crazy. But I set the benchmark at 30% because I'm pretty much guaranteed to hit 30% here. And then finally, we've got the $97 upsell, which happens after the purchase. And the conversion rate of this is usually about 15%. Again, I've experienced 30% plus, 36% normally. But again, 15% baseline benchmark. Very, very reserved numbers that I'm pretty confident we can hit. And you'll see why in a second. Finally, we've got the high ticket upgrade. Let's, as an example, say it was $5,000 for the high ticket products. Usually we have a 2% conversion rate, and we've got our cost per click of $250, pretty standard, and a monthly ad spend of $1,000. So we've got our front end products, we've got the order bumps, we've got the upsell, we've got the back end product on the back, which could be coaching, for example, one-on-one coaching. So why is this in such demand? Let's continue a little bit on. If we were to spend $5,000, that results in 2,000 clicks. That's 300 intro products sold. So 300 products of $7 sold. It's only $2,100 returned, right? It's at a loss. Crazy. Our acquisition cost per customer is about $17. And OB sold, which is the order bumps, we would sell based on the average conversion rates, 90 of those products, which generates an additional $2,430. So the total is $4,530 in revenue, which is a loss, right? Not great, terrible. Just wait there a little second. We've also got the $97 upgrade, which has a conversion rate of 15%. So if we sell 45 of them based on our conversion rates, that's an additional $4,365. So again, that's actually becoming profitable now. Now remember, I don't really care. As long as that breaks even, we're good, because watch what happens next. From those 300 leads that came in, if we convert it 2%, we sell 6 high ticket products. That's $30,000 in revenue, right? That's beautiful. So our campaign revenue overall, so we spent $5,000 in ads. Our overall campaign revenue is $38,895. We've only spent $5K, and our campaign profit, is $33,895. That's the gold. That's the magic, right? And it's not because we're doing anything crazy. It's because we're sending every lead through these processes, which helps us break even. So we're doing high volume leads, filtering through like a pinball almost to break them even. And then, of course, using our evergreen in the back end to convert just a tiny, tiny percentage of them into a high ticket sale. And that is what you're left with. This is why it's in such demand, because if you can learn how to do this, you have a skill, you have a tool that delivers insane revenue. It's crazy, and you can deliver incredible results. Then we've got the checklist. Okay, we follow a very specific process for building a sales funnel. There's no guesswork. We use the same process, same framework every single time. We run paid advertising. You're using a very specific process as well to generate traffic. So it's very simple, but we do it the same time and time again. Why? Well, because we know the numbers of it. We know the benchmarks. And number 3, we implement a specific email follow-up sequence using software. Again, follows the same pattern every single time. So we're taking this process essentially in a box that's been proven, and we're going to markets where this box actually works. That's the beauty. Now, you don't need experience to do this. you learn these particular skills. This is not something where you've got to have a lot of background knowledge, because we take the variable skill away from it, where you just learn this process and you've got the capabilities to do this. Now, the beauty behind this process is that it does follow a particular structure. And this means that you can learn these skills because there's no guesswork in the process. The entire process and roadmap is laid out in front of you, and you can develop these skills really easily. If you develop the skills, you're going to have the skill set and understanding to move into high demand. The skills are not particularly difficult to develop because they're focused, they're laser focused, right? And if you have understood up to this point, if you see where I'm coming from here and you can see how this all works, you have what it takes to develop these skill sets. And as a result, the skills allow you to launch your business or scale your business with this process, moving you into high demands and getting you to the 10K mark rapidly, if not well beyond that mark. Now, over the next few days, I'm going to be dropping more videos and a completely free program I'm giving you on this particular process, and I'll take you through every aspect, showing you exactly what it looks like. Now, after the video series, you'll have a clear understanding of how powerful this opportunity is and why you need to become a certified acquisition expert in 2023. It's all going to be released on my channel, so hit like if you like this video, hit subscribe to be notified when the next video comes out, and I'll see you on the other side.